I really paid attention to that voice and noticed when it was around and took active steps to challenge it in the moment.
Lucy Spicer is our guest today on CallumConnects Micro-Podcast. Lucy is an accredited psychological coach and founder of the Lucy Spicer practice. Her aim? To truly modernize the way professional, high-achieving entrepreneurial women are offered and experience psychological support.
The hurdle I have faced as an entrepreneur is having that naughty little critical voice inside my mind showing up and telling me all the reasons why I might fail, why I might not be the success that I hope I want to be, and that can get in the way, that can make you procrastinate over getting tasks done or showing up on social media in a way that I knew I could because I was paying attention to those fears. And I think this is particularly prevalent in the early stages when I had taken that leap from working to the NHS into setting up my business, and when there was a lot of fear around after making that transition. I really paid attention to that voice and noticed when it was around and took active steps to challenge it in the moment so that it was no longer consuming me. It was no longer that dominating voice in my mind. And instead, I paid a lot more attention to the empowering thoughts, thinking, actually, what if it works out better than you expected? And really sitting in the visions that I had for myself and had for my business as my driving force, and reminding myself of my potential, of the things that I had already achieved, why I even made that leap in the first place. It was full of self-belief, otherwise I never would have handed in my notice. And I'm actively doing that now. So whenever I'm going to do something that scares me, whether that's my first event or writing for a very high profile magazine, I know that that voice is probably going to show up, that critical voice, because I'm taking myself out of my comfort zone, but I'm no longer giving it that weight and listening to it. I'm like, oh, hi, you're here again, because I'm doing something a bit scary and out of my comfort zone. And I choose to anchor myself back into my empowerment, back into the positivity and imagining how well these things may go, and sitting in the gratitude even that I'm in this space in my business doing things that I'd only dreamt of before. So I think for any entrepreneur, there's always going to be that inner critic that is showing up and can make you really worry that you're not going to do as well as you hoped, or that people are going to criticize you, or they're not going to think you're good at your job. But I think it's so important, whilst acknowledging that, to really channel your efforts into challenging that and always choosing that higher thought. I call it the choose again exercise. So you can have the critical thought and you can have the more empowering thought. And the more times you choose that empowering thought over and over again, it's going to boost your self-esteem, it's going to boost your self-belief, it's going to make you jump at tasks rather than procrastinating them over fear, and it's going to make you feel so much more powerful within your business.
If you enjoyed this podcast and would like to find more inspiring information about entrepreneurs around the world doing incredible things, make your way to enterprisezone.cc.